My hero brother saved me from the fire that killed our parents. 15 years later, I found the GoPro he thought he destroyed. My brother has been a local hero for 15 years for saving me from the fire that killed our parents. But 5 minutes ago, I found the footage he thought he deleted, and this changes everything. I was 7 years old when our house in suburban Ohio went up in flames. I remember the heat, the black smoke, and my brother, Liam, who was 18 at the time, dragging me out of the window just as the roof collapsed. Our parents didn't make it. For over a decade, Liam was my everything. He gave up college to raise me. He worked 3 jobs so I could have a normal life. Every year on the anniversary of the fire, the local news does a segment on the hero of Oak Creek. I grew up feeling this crushing weight of debt toward him. How do you ever repay someone who literally pulled you out of the jaws of death? I spent my life trying to be the perfect sister, just to prove I was worth the sacrifice he made. But lately, things have been off. Liam started getting weird about the old house. We still own the plot of land where it stood, and he refuses to sell it even though we're struggling with bills. He says it's sacred ground. Last week, while he was at work, I decided to go through some of the old charred boxes we kept in a storage unit. That's when I found it. Hidden inside a hollowed-out Hero of the Year trophy was an old melted GoPro. I remember Liam used to film everything back then. Skating, biking, everything. I thought maybe there were some last videos of my parents on there. I spent 3 days and way too much money getting a specialist to recover the data. When the file finally opened on my laptop, I was ready for a heartbreaking trip down memory lane. Instead, I got a shocking twist that made my blood run cold. The video is dated the night of the fire. The camera is shaky, held by someone walking through our old kitchen. It's Liam, but he's not skating. He's pouring gasoline. He's pouring it in a perfect circle around our parents' bedroom door. You won't believe what happened next. On the audio, you can hear my mom coughing, asking if he's okay. Liam doesn't answer. He just strikes a match. He whispers, "They're never going to hold me back again." And then he sets the house's foundation on fire. He didn't save me because he was a hero. He saved me because he realized I was awake and looking at him. He had to pull me out to look like the savior, or I would have been the witness that sent him to death row. I sat there in my apartment staring at the screen, my entire life feeling like a lie. This was the ultimate betrayal. The man I worshipped, the man the town called a saint, was the monster who turned my parents into ash. Then I heard the front door open. "Hey, what's for dinner?" Liam's voice called out. It was that same calm hero voice he always used. I tried to close the laptop, but I was too slow. He walked into the room, saw the frozen frame of the video, the gasoline can in his hand, and the air in the room just died. The mask he'd worn for 15 years didn't just slip, it shattered. He didn't apologize. He didn't cry. He just locked the door behind him and said, "You were never supposed to find that, Alex. Truth exposed, I guess." He started walking toward me, telling me how much he had sacrificed for me, how he earned his freedom from our parents' strict rules, and how I owed him my life regardless of how the fire started. It was pure family drama turned into a horror movie. I'm recording this from a police station parking lot. I managed to jump out of the first floor window just like I did 15 years ago, but this time nobody was there to save me. I saved myself. Never expected this to be my life. My brother is currently in custody, and the hero of Oak Creek is all over the news again, but for a very different reason. The hardest part isn't the fire. It's the fact that for 15 years, I loved a ghost. I loved a version of a brother that never existed. They say the truth sets you free, but right now, it just feels like I'm standing in the middle of those flames all over again. What would you do if you found out your entire life was a lie built by a murderer? Let me know in the comments.